Hello and welcome to the Tuesday, February 18th, 2025 edition of the SANS Internet Storm Center's Stormcast. My name is Johannes Ulrich and today I'm recording from Jacksonville, Florida. Well, today's diary was a little bit more of an opinion piece, but with a practical background. And that's we are seeing so many vulnerabilities in these edge devices. CISA and a couple of other international, also government agencies did come up with their guidance. I found it a little bit too abstract in some ways, so I wanted to distill it down, in particular with sort of a small, medium-sized business background and what you can do to really make an impact here and reduce your attack surface. And that's really one of the big things is reduce your attack surface. Don't expose those admin interfaces. Expose as little as possible. Never expose a web application that you don't have to expose. Simple SSH access, maybe a VPN like OpenVPN or WireGuard or whatever your preferred VPN technology is. And even at that, leave it at one VPN technology. Don't have like 2 or 3 exposed. That'll make life so much easier. And then, of course, patching and such follows. But that then becomes a little bit less important, and it's one of those things where you don't have to be quite behind it to really get stuff updated as quickly as possible if you're not exposing a lot of these vulnerable services. We'll take a look. Any feedback here is very welcome. If there's anything that you would do different or maybe rank here a little bit different, let me know. And then a little bit an update to the Postgres vulnerability that I talked about yesterday. That vulnerability, well, there is a Metasploit module out for it, so consider it already being exploited. Forgot to mention that yesterday, but given that Rapid7 did the original write-up and Rapid7 is the company behind Metasploit, no surprise that they also came out with a Metasploit module to exploit this vulnerability. And the Japanese CERT is reporting that they're seeing exploits against vulnerability in Ivanti Insecure Connect. This vulnerability was originally disclosed and patched in January. The particular botnet that the Japanese CERT is observing here, they're calling it a spawn, or this particular vulnerability spawn chimera is what they're calling it. Not sure if it goes by any other names. The advisory from the Japanese CERT is only in Japanese. I'll still link to it, probably with Google Translate and such. You'll still be able to make sense of it. Interestingly, this particular exploit then also patches the vulnerability for you. Now, it does not use the original patch. This particular vulnerability is a buffer overflow. They're actually just hooking into the string and copy function, limiting it to 256 bytes. That way, they're preventing the buffer overflow from being exploited. And if you have more buffer overflow vulnerabilities in compression software, this time it's WinZip's turn when it decompresses 7-zip formatted compressed files. It may encounter a buffer overflow that then leads to arbitrary code execution. A patch was released. If you're running WinZip version 29 or later, you should be good. And Xerox fixed a couple of vulnerabilities in its enterprise printers. We all love printers and the vulnerabilities they bring us. The one interesting vulnerability here, I think, is a credential interception vulnerability with SMB and FTP, where essentially it's possible to intercept NTLM hashes. Patches are available for these printers. And again, these are over there enterprise class multifunction devices / printers. Well, and that's it for today. Thanks for listening. A little bit shorter today, just too cold here for the full 5 minutes. So thanks and talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.